when you look at this, I think the only other game to talk about is Bama Ole Miss. I mean, Lane Kiffin, the Chompers were going.
That's
Little
right.
Ole Miss on game day early. Remember that? And him talking about grab your popcorn and watch this pregame, drop the mic. And nobody told him that you needed to bring your big boy britches. I mean, that was domination from the moment go. Nick Saban wanted – you could tell Nick Saban wanted this game. Like,
Yeah.
of all the games Nick Saban had circled on that schedule this year.
Yeah.
Ole Miss. Good old Laney boy. Yeah, hey,
right.
Lane, remember I came and brought you into my office and had you revolutionize our offense? Well, we're about to turn that offense on you. We're about to unleash it. And boy, oh boy, did they. I mean, man, it was something that they just kept it going. And I mean, Lane looked shell-shocked, like he didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Max, this is an interesting one for me, man. And this always frustrates me when I watch NFL games. It's like when teams are opposite, when they're across the field from Pat Mahomes, you see teams, because it's the Kansas City Chiefs and they're so powerful, you see teams all of a sudden going for it on fourth down when they're in field goal range and walking away from red zone possessions with no points. I mean, I cover the Texans, and they did that this weekend. They went for it on fourth down inside the 10-yard line, didn't get it. And the coach said, well, when you play Buffalo and Josh Allen, they score a lot of points, man. You got to get 7. You can't take 3. And to me, that just screams weakness. I mean, like when the opponent takes you out of your game plan before a point is ever scored on the scoreboard, to me, it screams weakness. I hate when football teams do that. You go back and look at what Ole Miss did. And look, I know they're a football team that coming into this game, hell, I think they were 100% on fourth down. They went for it on fourth down a lot this year. And I understand that. They went for it on fourth down 3 times in the first drive, their first possession. And here's the deal, Max. The first one I can get down with because it's from the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
Okay.
No man's land.
You're on field goal range, college. That's a long field goal. Okay. You want to be aggressive? Cool. And then you turn around and go for it on the 18-yard line. You got 3 points right there, early lead on Bama. They get it. They got lucky. Then they decide to go for it, do it again in the same drive from the 6-yard line. So you have a hell of a drive to get down there, and you don't get the third, fourth down attempt. And what does Bama do? Boom, 95 yards the other direction for a touchdown, right?
Exactly.
They turned it over on downs 3 times in the first half, and on a turnover one time late in the first half, and Alabama's up 28-0. You know, those are just the kind of things that, man, I guess it's easy for me to say it sitting right here, but man, when the opponent can take you out of your game plan and make you attempt low percentage things consistently in drives, the first time you touch the ball, they got you right where you want them, man, right where they want you.
Well, and I think here's the thing, Lane, and he tried to defend this, right? He goes by the analytics, right? He was pure analytics, no feel analytics. And as a guy who's called his games and seen it firsthand, I'm like, yeah, he has a guy holding a book on the sidelines, and when you get to these third and fourth down scenarios, the guy opens the book and Lane reads the book as though he's reading a Sunday paper. Exactly. So I don't get, why you can be so crippled by these data points as opposed to feel of the game, right? I mean, fourth down from the 6, take the points. You're in an away game. Like, that's where the coaching IQ needs to kick in as opposed to being so reliant upon data points.
I talk about this a lot, Max. I'd be interested to hear what you're saying. Like the value in taking 3 points in that instance right there. It's so much that at that point in the game, it's so much more valuable than just 3 points. To me, I mean, as a former player, when I'm sitting there and we go into Alabama and you go on this drive and you get 3 points and you go to the sideline as an offense and you go, boys, with the scoreboard, We're up 3-zip on Bama. We chewed up 5, 6 minutes off the clock, however long they chewed up. We got a 3-point lead, right? And we've proven, hey, man, we can go the length of the field and we can score points and we can do some good things offensively. There's more value in that than 3 points. The confidence that you build, the momentum that you gain, I don't know how much more valuable it is than 3 points, but damn it, it's worth more than 3 points, right? Well, yeah, and then on the flip side of that, Big Max, you do all that work and walk away with nothing. I mean, it's just I hate when teams do that.
Yeah, because here's the thing. You march down first drive of the game and you put points on there. You've said to your offense, look what we can do. Defense, hey, ball's in your court. We did our job. We just gave us the lead. Make sure we maintain that lead. That's what you're saying. As opposed to going down there and saying, well, need the ball back, guys. It's the only way we're going to get this. And you already cheated death once with a 4th down conversion earlier in that drive.
Twice.
Yeah, twice in that drive, you cheat death. Why are you risking it a 3rd time on the same drive that close when you have guaranteed points? And what does that say to your kicker? I don't trust you to kick it from the 6. So now you're messing with the special teamers. And we all know how fragile that mind can be, right? That's like a bag of cats. All you need to do is just poke it and then it goes crazy. That's what you've done to your kicker by going for it on 4th down 3 times in a row where you didn't trust him. I get the first time, right? 35, no man's land. Get it. But once you get into that high red zone and you get to the tight red zone, if you don't have confidence in him, what are we doing here? You know, why are you going to depend on him later in the game if you couldn't trust him early in the game? And like you said, that psychological advantage is you can't quantify it. So, no, it was just, I mean, and Bama did Bama. I mean, let's just face it. Bryce Young did what Bryce Young needed to do. Bill O'Brien still looks like a darling.
Yes.
He's at the helm, right? You know, he's a good day. I mean, think about this. Bryce Young went 21 of 27, 241, 2 Ds. Yeah, he had the interception. But, I mean, what else are you going to ask the boy to do? I mean, he did what he needed to do. He put the ball in the playmaker's hands. Brian Robinson went absolutely roughshod across that defense. 36 carries. I mean, golly. 171.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but Max, I don't mean to beat this dead horse with this going forward on 4th down crap. But they went forward on 4th down 5 times in the first half. They turned the football over on downs 1, 2, 3 times, I believe.
Yeah, 3 turnovers on down.
3 turnovers on down. Guess what? Here is Alabama's scoring drives, right? They went 13 plays, 94 yards after you should have kicked the field goal. Then they went 10 plays, 47 yards. You gave it to them. You turned it over on downs. You gave it to them on their side of the field this time. And then you turn it over on downs and you give it to them on their side of the football field again. And they have to go 27 yards to score a touchdown. I mean, you take your analytics and shove them all up in your ass. I don't know. There's one way I know you're going to get beat by Alabama is you turn it over on downs 3 times in the first half and you give them short fields 3 of their 5 drives. You don't have a chance. I hate to see teams just completely, lose their identity and take all that kind of risk before the scoreboard says that you should do that. Hey, in the second half, you're up. Alabama's up 35-0. Okay, you better start going for it and trying to make some things happen. Exactly. But 0-0 in the first, nah, man, I can't get down with that, Max.
No, I don't rock with that either. I mean, and we saw what the result is. We see the result of when you do that, and I think that's the Lane Kiffin curse, right? I think that's why you're like, when you want to be good, how do you go from good to great? These moments, you don't push down your legs.
Yeah, that's right.
you don't go for it 5 times in the first half on 4th down.
Mm-mm.
And then funny, in the second half, when you're down, how many times you go for it on 4th down?
Nothing.
You are down 35 points. That's when you start doing the 4th down efficiencies. But I digress. Anywho, I think we've blown the lid off all the disappointing losses of the week.